Well, it's almost 20 years ago to the day that the world's hottest pop group arrived in Australia. No, not the Beatles. In 1968, the Monkees were even bigger than the Beatles, they tell me, despite criticism that they weren't musicians at all, but had simply been manufactured to cash in on the pop boom at the time. The Monkees' name and fame eventually faded, but now they're making a nostalgic return tour. Howard Gibbs reports.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the Monkees.
And they're the best band. They know where it's at.
This is not 1968, it's 1986, just 2 years ago, and 3 of the 4 Monkees are laying them in the aisles across the US.
I was in love with Davy Jones when I was 10, so I guess it's only normal that they should be in love with Davy Jones.
They'd come back together to recreate the phenomenon that, at its peak, outsold the Beatles and every other group in the world. Only Mike Nesmith opted out, but the fans went berserk anyway.
We're too busy singing to put anybody down.
The 56 episodes of the Monkees were shot in colour, but we only had black and white TV then, so here's a bit of nostalgia.
And after all these years, for them to come back, 20 years, it's just incredible.
What's it, sort of send a shiver up your spine? Or?
Yes, definitely.
What's your favourite song?
That's an impossible question to ask a monkey.
The Sydney airport this afternoon, a very different scene, and Mickey, Peter and Dave almost outnumber the fan club. But who cares?
Is this a television camera? Is it working? Are we on? You're running film. You're running film.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
They're very big thrill. I'm very excited. I just can't believe this happened.
Are we done?
Want to see my Sean Penn impersonation?
Yeah! Want to see my Mick Jagger imitation?
Did they know Mick Jagger and other well-lipped competitors were in town?
They say if you can remember the 60s, you weren't really there.
I guess I should have stayed in bed, my pillow wrapped around my head, instead of waking up to find a nightmare of a different kind. She went away.
Our mission was to take them by limo from the airport to the hotel. They just wanted to monkey around.
He didn't have to say a
Are you guys surprised how popular you are still?
I would, if you'd asked me 20 years ago if I was ready for how big the revival would be, I probably would be surprised. But as this thing sort of evolved, at no time was I really terribly surprised. I'm pretty much ready for all of it.
I was surprised how small it kind of went. I expected it to be much bigger.
You thought you'd keep rolling like the Beatles?
I expected it to be at least a half a dozen girls at the airport instead of 3.
You guys really invented rock videos as I see it,
All together, guys. 1, 2, 3. Well, we don't want to claim parentage.
Yes, we did.
No, what?
Bloody well did invent them.
Let's do it again.
And we're suing every group in the world that's ever made a rock video because we came up with the idea and every one of them's got a lawsuit. Every single one.
Why are you called the Monkees?
I know the
God knows, but what a stupid name.
I know the group.
Boy, if I'd have picked a name, it would have been the Monkees.
On the other hand, if you'd picked a name, we'd still be digging ditches in...
We'd still be picking.
Are there any questions I shouldn't ask you guys?
Not a one, son. You get to my age and you just don't give a shit anymore.
And some would say that musically, these 3 wise old Monkees never did, but not their loyal fans. So now you know all there is to know about the Monkees, and a little bit less besides. And probably in 20 years, they'll still be laying them in the aisles.
Yeah, we're the Monkees.